Hi, and welcome back to Pinky Boo Hauntings. I'm your witchy host, Chai, and I'll be your guide to all things paranormal, weird, and spooky. In today's episode, we're doing more Reddit stories. Eventually, I would really love to start doing listener stories, but you guys gotta send them in. If you guys would like to hear more listener stories instead of Reddit stories, please send in your stories. I would love to read them, and I'm sure others would love to hear them. So, if you have any, check the show notes or the description for the email. Let's hear what you guys have experienced. But for today, we're doing the Reddit stories, so let's get into our first one. The first story is called I Think My Ex is a Magnet for the Paranormal, and when he left, everything stopped. I lived in a beautiful old 3-story home in Washington, but once my ex moved in, things changed fast, and not in a good way. It started with night terrors. I dream of burnt dead figures rising up from the floor, while huge black monkey-like entities came through the walls. They'd land on my chest and whisper terrifying things. Just stop breathing. It'll be quick. I couldn't wake up. I'd be terrified. I'd be trapped in that dream state for a whole day or more. Eventually, I taught myself to scream just enough to wake someone else up, so they could pull me out before I lost my breath completely. Oh my god, that sounds horrifying. And to have to teach yourself to scream just to get someone to help you come out of the dream? That's awful. We constantly heard footsteps going up the stairs, but never down. While heading to my kids' room on the top floor, I saw a vivid, colorful haze which slowly from one room to another, passing right by me. It wasn't subtle. It was there. Then we moved to Ohio. I thought maybe the energy would shift, but it followed me. Baby, I don't think it followed you, at least if the title has anything to say about it. More and more spirits gathered, especially in the unfinished basement. We could hear conversations, dozens of voices, but couldn't make out a word. It was unnerving, and no one believed me. One day, I took a chance and told a pastor I'd met while waitressing. 2 days later, my driveway filled with cars. His entire congregation showed up. They prayed, chanted, used holy water, trying to cleanse the house. Every single one of them said they felt a heavy, unsettled presence. They went down to the basement one by one, forming what they called a spiritual link between me and the church. But not long after, they came running back up the stairs. They said there was definitely something bad down there, and it didn't want them there. It was my "oh shit" moment. Girl, that's some exorcist shit. Absolutely not. Later in Yuma, both in my previous home and the one I'm in now, the orbs started appearing. Wait, you didn't even think about moving? I know the title gives it away, but you didn't know it was your ex at the time. So why not even have the thought? Twisted rope-like figures inside them glide through the room. I even caught one on video that looked like a portal opening in the ceiling. So no, unfortunately, we didn't have the video with this post. I would have loved to see it though. Lights flashed from the lamp that wasn't even plugged in. But the weirdest part? My security cam glitched during the exact moment the portal formed. I couldn't record it to my phone, couldn't send it. I had to film my laptop screen just to keep it. Girl, if you got the video, why are you not posting it to this story? Everybody would love to see that. And then, one morning, my ex walked into the kitchen and screamed. Maggots, growling maggots, had appeared around his feet, seemingly coming up through the floor. It was like something was feeding off him or trying to drive him out. Another time, in my previous Yuma home, I was the first one up and walked past the laundry/workbench area. The entire floor was covered in black-faced hornets. I reached for my phone to take a picture. Dead. I called pest control, and by the time I walked back, only 2 or 3 hornets remained. The pest guy looked at me like I was crazy. Since my ex left 2 years ago, nothing. No orbs, no shadows, no dreams. Just peace. I've always felt like spirits are drawn to me, but this was something else. I've never shared this publicly before, but I'm ready now. I just want to know, has anyone else experienced something like this? Oh wow, that seemed to take a turn, which is wild seeing how we started out. I don't know what to think about this. If all of this is real, then shit, be lucky that you and your ex are split up. Whatever it was, though, didn't seem to have anything to do with you and everything to do with him. At the end, you said the spirits are drawn to you, so maybe, if all of this is real, it was something probably attached to your ex, and it was just feeding off of everyone in the house. I honestly don't know how to feel about this one. I really don't like being distrusting of other people's experiences, but this one is just a lot. Even for someone that has gone through a lot of paranormal experiences, this can be a lot for someone to believe. If it did all happen, I am happy you got away from your ex. Nothing has happened to you since. But let's move on to our next story. It's called My Girlfriend and I Moved into a Haunted Mansion in the Philippines. It's her childhood home. Been empty except for the upkeep made for the past 7 or 8 years. It took me a minute to figure out they were talking about their girlfriend because I wasn't expecting them to continue from their title. So it felt like I was missing something. My girlfriend warned me about her plenty of times. And to be honest, I was excited for my first possible encounter. Now that it happened, I'm horrified. I know I'm going to regret this, but I feel bad for that maid. She's taking care of your girlfriend's family home for 7 years and y'all are talking shit about her? Imagine looking out your barred third-story window and seeing a woman's face quickly duck out of the way. Happened to me a week ago. I didn't wake my girlfriend up, but I told her about it in the morning, and she was uncomfortably nonchalant about it. I got in, I told you so, and that was it. See, I told you I was going to eat my words. Dude, how the fuck is she up there? I say that like I don't know what a ladder is. Why the hell is she even doing that? Just ew! She haunts a few specific spots. She creeps outside of upper story windows on the east side of the house, glides past the windows on the balcony, and has been spotted in the third floor hallway. Oh, she's a ghost! I thought she was still living and just working there. I didn't realize she was already dead. That's why she was warning you about her. Damn, my reading comprehension skills are terrible. Wait, let me go back and read that again. Alright, no, rereading it, it does make it seem like she is alive and still working there. I was so confused. Is the maid alive or not? I saw her in the hallway while heading to the bathroom for about half a second. What freaked me out most is that she looked precisely how my girlfriend described her. Long, white, flowing dress, medium length, straight brown hair, and a pale face with a slack jaw. So, this is someone else? The maid isn't the spirit? Am I just being dumb right now? She was moving towards me quickly. When I saw her in the hallway, she was looking directly at me. She was coming for me. I blinked, and then she was gone. I noticed that it was bizarrely cold for a night in the Philippines. Somehow, I'm here another 3 or 4 months. I'll let you know about any other sightings, and if anyone is interested, I can ask my girlfriend about her and her siblings' encounters from childhood. Okay, I had to reread that again, and I think the her they're talking about isn't the maid, but an actual spirit. The maid is just someone else. Damn, I guess I am just stupid. It's in quotes and everything, and I was determined to believe it was the maid. I'm sorry. I thought it was weird that they would put that in quotes. I do wonder who she is. Like, was she a family member, or maybe she was an old maid? I don't know how long the house has been in her family. So, if it wasn't long, maybe it was a former owner? Whoever she is, she definitely likes to keep tabs on the people that are living there. Alright, let's get on to our last story. Painful experience in an old colonial home. Haunted experience. First time it happened like this. Today, my twin, her wife, and I went to an open house in Western. Oh Lord, I don't know those initials. Fuck. It's Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Oh, I can't say Massachusetts. Why y'all gotta give me these fucking words that I have the fucking hardest time with today? Ugh. Massachusetts. Well, we're gonna hope for the fucking best, aren't we? Okay, whatever. But, alright. Today, my twin, her wife, and I went to open houses in Western Massachusetts to help my parents buy a house. Man, imagine being able to go house shopping and being able to buy one. I'm so jealous. Old people really did ruin it for the rest of us. Sorry. I just want to be able to afford a house like the older generations did around my age. Enough getting sad. Let's get back to the story. The second house was in Whately, Massachusetts, and was first built in Deerfield, Massachusetts, in the early 1700s, and was moved later to Whately. In 1850, they built an additional section into the front of the house. Very colonial, very low ceilings. Ew, I hate low ceilings. It makes everything feel less open. One note, the other open houses had dozens of cars and visitors. This one, on the other hand, this one had one family leave as we came, and that was all. I thought that was odd. Girl, that's because it's haunted. Is it sad that I would love to live in a haunted house again? Maybe it's because I know how to deal with it now. Or maybe it's because I might could get a good deal on it. But I'd love to have a Victorian styled house. At least I think that's the style. And I just want to be the neighborhood witch. Okay, I have got to stop talking about houses. The downstairs was okay. A little eerie, but nothing heavy. The agent didn't leave the kitchen, which I thought was odd as she was talking to us and yelling down the hall her comments. She also seemed eager to get this one sold, unlike the other realtors. Not her yelling down the hall. People really don't learn from horror movies, do they? That's a huge red flag. That shit is haunted. We went to the front of the house and walked up the stairs, and I swear it was like I moved into a heavier atmosphere. The three of us stopped and looked at each other wide eyed. All of us were experiencing pressure and muscle pain around our necks and our shoulder muscles. Same thing for all three of us. I almost left immediately, but my twin encouraged me to stay a little longer. As we walked deeper into the house, towards the older part of it, it got heavier and more painful. We looked into the oldest part of the house and all decided right then and there we were out of there. The pain and discomfort lasted 2 hours. My sister in law's fading before my twin and mine. Later on, I noticed a rash on the left side of my neck that I'd never seen there before. Maybe I was touching it too much, but I don't know. I don't think that would cause a rash. I have never experienced that before. I've been in old houses with energy. I felt energy and heaviness, but nothing like what happened today. I'm really spooked. Before leaving, we all spoke out to leave them behind and we would not come back. I did a cleansing later in the night. Has anyone experienced a pain like this? It was the oddest experience. Maybe in my whole life. All three of us, the same thing. I can't shake it. Yeah, I think the spirit did not want you guys there. You guys made the right decision to not buy that place. At least I hope your parents wouldn't buy it after that. Speaking of them, did they experience anything? Or did they just believe you guys about what you felt? I assume they wanted your input if they brought you along. You know, I take it back. If the spirit was going to do all of that right off the bat, I don't think I would want that kind of haunted house. Though, in this economy, and if it was a really good deal, I don't know. Maybe I'd just work it out until I could get them to leave me alone. Make it clear they can stay if they chill out. Or I'm kicking them out. I seriously need to stop talking about houses. But for now, the covenant's adjourned. See you next time. Bye. Damn, I really want a house now.